Since January 6th, the House of Representatives has introduced more than 1,396 pieces of legislation. Hi, my name's Ruth Ann Parker, and today's February 19th, 2025. Things are moving very quickly in our government right now. It's virtually impossible to keep up with it all. My goal is to read all the legislation introduced in the House of Representatives and share that information with as many people as possible. So let's get to it. House Resolution 16, recognizing Russian actions in Ukraine as genocide. This was brought to us by a Democrat out of Tennessee named Steve Cohen, who was sent to the Foreign Affairs Committee. It's exactly as the name implies, including a definition of genocide and proof of how Russia is committing every aspect of genocide. POTUS is unwilling to call out Putin for committing genocide, despite being willing to call out Turkish president, which we'll talk about in a few minutes. And now he thinks he and Putin can come up with a plan for Ukraine without the leader of Ukraine. POTUS just intends to let Putin have whatever parts of Ukraine he wants. That would be severely detrimental to Europe and to the whole world. Putin isn't going to stop there. He is already trying to take over in other countries that used to be Russian strongholds, like Georgia. H.R. 475, Sanction Russian Nuclear Safety Violators Act of 2025. This one came from Democrat out of New York, Greg Meeks. It's in the Foreign Affairs and the Judiciary Committees right now. It's essentially meant to punish Russia for taking control of a power plant in Ukraine, whose name I'm not even going to try to say, and for the damage done to the power plant as a result of the Russian attack on Ukraine. House Resolution 17, condemning Turkey for its illegal occupation of Cyprus and encouraging President Trump to make the resolution of the Cyprus problem a top foreign policy priority. This came from a Republican out of New York named Nicole Maliatakis. I'm sorry if I'm saying that bad. Foreign Affairs is where it got sent to. It says, whereas Turkey has been a NATO member since 1952 and thus a treaty ally of the U.S., whereas Turkish President Erdogan, the authoritarian leader of Turkey since 2003, has grounded his decision-making in an extremist form of religio nationalism. Sounds like people here who want Christian nationalism. Okay, anyway, sorry. Whereas under President Erdogan, Turkey seeks to establish itself as a hegemon, a leading or major power in the area of the Eastern Mediterranean, North Africa, and Caucasus, and as a result has taken provocative action towards NATO allies like the European Union and the border region. Wondering about the America First thing. Whereas President Erdogan, expansionist political ideology necessitates aggression towards Cyprus. I'm thinking we could change that to say, whereas POTUS's expansionist political ideology necessitates aggression towards Canada, Greenland, Panama, whoever else he wants to take over. Or Putin's expansionist political ideology necessitates aggression towards Ukraine and Georgia. I digress. House Resolution 18, expressing the sense of the House of Representatives that the Parthenon Marbles should be returned to Greece. This came from Republican out of New York, again, Nicole Maliatakis. At first glance, I was all for this, right? I thought we have some kind of marble pieces that belong to Greece, and of course we should return them. No. Our House of Representatives are telling the British Parliament to return marble pieces that were stolen from Greece in the 1800s. While I am all for the marbles being returned, is that really what we sent our representatives to spend their time on? Also, aren't Republicans against globalization? Aren't they all about America first? Why are we sticking our nose in this thing? Okay, things that have already passed. House Resolution 77, House Bill 77, to amend Chapter 8 of Title 5 United States Code to provide for an en bloc consideration in resolutions of disapproval for midnight rules and for other purposes. First of all, I hate other purposes because that allows them to add things that have absolutely nothing to do with the bill. That drives me crazy. And both sides do it. I'm not pointing out one side over the other. This one was brought to us from Andy Biggs, Republican out of Arizona. It's gone to the Judiciary Committee and the Rules Committee. Essentially, anything a president wants done during the last year of his presidency, Congress can say a great big old sweeping, nope, we're not going to do any of it. None of it. We can just say, nope. Last 365 days didn't matter. That passed the House 212 to 208. And I can't wait to see how this comes back and bites them in the butts. House Bill 192, the Amtrak Executive Bonus Disclosure Act. This was brought to us by a Republican out of North Carolina named David Rouser. It's exactly as it sounds. Amtrak has to disclose to Congress and on their website how much they're giving to executives in bonuses. That passed the House 407 to 0. Everybody was for it. I want all the big businesses to tell us all this information so we know where our money's really going. Please hit the like, subscribe, and share this video. I know that most people don't have the time, energy, nor inclination to spend hours reading legislation. So please help me get the information to everyday Americans so we all know how our representatives are truly representing all of us. Thank you. Have a great day.